with that. Don't get me fucked up, twisted, and confused. Okay, we got Mr. 100 rounds, KADO. KADO. See, it's the Spanish thing. My thing, because I'm like, yo, it's
you know what's crazy?
Rounds, KADO.
Even the Haitians, they say KADO because they think that they have to say it properly.
Properly, it's KADO. See,
same
so
way.
it's not me.
Nah, it's not. You're not the first. You're not the last. It's probably finna happen my whole life.
We got Miss.
What's this in here?
This is the Beba bitch.
Oh, this is the Beba bitch.
This
we
is
toast
my
to this?
yes.
Toast to the Beba bitch. You better come and get one.
You know, it's actually Henny Priv with passion fruit and a little mixture.
A little pancha.
Pancha, you see? It's pancha. So you know the vibes. That's why when I'm like, you drink Henny? I don't care. You're drinking Henny.
And the reason why it's pronounced as such is because KADO means gift in my language.
Oh.
So if you say KADO, you're not even talking to me. That energy won't even get to me.
It's KADO.
KADO.
See, I like that. You know, it's a gift. You're giving us a gift of your blessings, of your music. Talk to us about your music.
My music comes from the streets, you know? I'm a gangster first before I ever started rapping. I'm Haitian and Dominican. Born in federal prison. Birth name is Ricardo.
When you're saying born in federal prison.
My mother was incarcerated. She got arrested for a few breaks at the airport. She was 2 months pregnant.
Okay.
So she had me while she was incarcerated.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's deep. That's crazy because it's like, you know, people are like, okay, I was born in, you know, you grew up in the system in a way like, okay, you was locked up when you was but no, you was literally born in the system. So how is that like growing up and all that? Like how did that affect you?
I don't know if the system so much affected me more than the culture clash with the fact that I grew up with my grandparents in America.
Oh, okay.
So there was like, their only thing for them after raising their own kids and my uncles and everybody else and things like that. I had a house where kids that wasn't supposed to be their kids, it was getting raised there anyways because that's where everybody was at. So after that, I think like with us, we the grandkids, their only job at that point was to provide.
Just make sure that you guys
Other than that,
that's it, no. So what made you become a rapper or in the music industry?
I always grew up music, listening to music. Like I could dance salsa, bachata.
Oh, you are Dominican. Yes, Dominican.
I get busy. Like my grandfather, I grew up speaking it. Like I could dance compa. That music is I've always been around music, but I started rapping because I caught a murder charge when I was 14 years old in Atlanta, and when I was locked up, I didn't think I was coming home because I had a lot of friends, and I still have a lot of friends till this day that are still incarcerated from 2004.
Oh, wow.
So I just never thought I'd come home, so I just started writing my thoughts down, but I write them more or less in a way that it's like, if I'm gonna be locked up for life, it don't matter what I say. So I always wrote like that. And then I just kind of fell in love with it. I came home, I was around the Atlanta culture, T.I., Jeezy, like Shine is my favorite rapper, #1. But my music, like the influence that made me want to really, really rap was from down south.
Okay. Yeah, because you live in Mass, but you're not from Mass.
No.
You're originally from?
Lord knows. I'm still haven't figured out, but I rap from New England because I felt like we needed somebody diplomatic enough in order to move around outside of the parameters of the streets in the inner city and outside of the parameters of every state, the way you respect me just off of the dribble. You don't even gotta know where I'm from.
Yeah, because a lot of people like, oh, I'm from here, I'm from there. You're just everywhere. You're literally New England, you're New York, you're Atlanta, you're South, you're a little bit. You actually, you know, Wyclef John.
Yeah, that's like my uncle. I was just at his house. Yeah, he called me today.
Tell us about it a little bit. I know you got some projects coming up because you said stay tuned. Come and just
got some stuff
you know, so it's like, wow.
Well, to begin it all, outside of being a rapper, I run a record label. No Attempts Music Group, LLC, one of the biggest, as of right now, one of the only functioning independent record labels coming out of Massachusetts. I'm talking about legally, industry in and everything else. So I met Wyclef through my manager. My manager is actually Steve Madden, the shoe designer's niece. She's out of New York. I have another manager, he's a Haitian manager. He runs Royal Stars Entertainment. That's my Haitian manager because I rap in more than one language. Then I have a UK manager, Pedro, Carl Pedro. He's super dope as well. So I have like a few different, aspects to my career as far as that goes. And when it came to Wyclef, I met him through my manager because she was trying to get me signed to Steve Madden in 2017 because she seen me at South by Southwest. It didn't work out with the Steve Madden thing, but she always had a Wyclef thing. And the minute it happened, God rest my brother Kevin, he passed away a couple months ago. He's actually one of my business partners out of the four of us. We went out there and he took my phone number and we've been in contact ever since.
That's dope.
And he just called me and invited me to his house and just everything else. I got whatever I want. Like,
that's
literally.
what's up. That's dope. Because it's like not a lot of people could say they have like some type of influencer in their life as big as Wyclef Jean. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, people are like, oh, I know him. But to actually be in his house and be around him and have him like, give you, I bet you all types of,
Everything
like, yo, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. It's like, it's amazing. You have a project coming out, Nino's Lips. That's coming out what? September
25th. It's just I'm just doing 2 singles. I got one, which is the No Attempts, and then Nino's Lips featuring Vic Mensa. Both videos are shot. Both videos is coming out. It's funny because the No Attempts video, that was the last video me and my brother, God rest Kev, Quality Images. That was the last video we ever shot before he passed away. He passed away like 3-4 days after that.
Oh wow.
Right after his birthday. It was like crazy, bro.
Rest in peace.
So him, and that was like the day that we was gonna create No Attempts Films and he was gonna dead his whole company. So like it was like we was about to fully merge outside of the record label. We're gonna just bring more, equity to our business. And he passed away. So that's one video, so that's very symbolic. And then the video with Vic, I just called him. I called Vic, like Vic Mensa's like my brother too. Like I stayed with him, I was with Chance the Rapper. Like, I don't know, my connections in the industry are not really industry connections, so I'm not really looking at it as everybody else is. Like me meeting you is the same as me meeting a Vic Mensa would mean to me.
Oh.
It's all the same to me.
Yeah, it's everybody's all.
Because you never really know, you know what I'm trying to say to you? Because you meet somebody mad big, you meet your idol and you hate him. And you wish you never met him.
Yeah, because I see that a lot of people when in social media, you meet somebody or you find somebody, it's like, oh my God, they're dope. But when you actually meet them in person, you're like, I should have just kept my, you know what I mean?
Distance.
Like liking them from social media instead of because their personality is not great or they're just like thinking that they're too much for people. Like, you know what I mean? So it's dope when you meet somebody. It's like, okay, the vibes are there. They're the same person that they are on Instagram, on social media, because not everybody is what they're supposed to be, how they call it. You know what I mean? It's amazing how you basically like I said, was born in the feds, and look at you now.
Yeah,
Do you know what I'm saying?
I think about that all the time.
It's like, dude, who would have thought you probably was one time probably in the cell one time just chilling, but like, damn, I'm never gonna get out. This is my, and look at you now, like working with the biggest, artists out there, and so it's amazing. Also, you have a collab with City Team. Shout out to City Team, my peoples.
Shout out to my gang. You already know City Team, family first,
family first.
And we the first collab.
I seen that and said you did a mock, but that honestly, I like the style. I like how it went. So how did that go about with City Team?
Well, with City Team, that's another thing about me is that I've been around the music industry since 2007. Like, I'm not fresh. I look young, but I'm not that young.
I know I look young, but I'm not that young either.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I know these guys just in real life. And those are the relationships and those are the things that I realized that once
shout out to Anthony.
Shout out to
Anthony, that's my guy.
So I learned that the same way you have these relationships with people in real life, if we do the same thing or we're in the same industry, we can build our relationship the same way, but we can do it publicly in a sense where there's no feelings involved. So when you have those type of connections with like Primo put me on my first DVD, Hoods DVD in 2009 with Jay-Z.
Oh, wow.
Fast forward, I'm around Rock Nation and Jay-Z and all of these niggas. Like, this is my life now. And
You
it's
are
like,
part of Rock Nation, right? Or you're in there? Because I noticed you shout out Rock Nation, shout out Rock
there's
Nation.
a lot of stuff
Speaking
coming
into
in.
existence?
There's a lot. No, it's just, no, you know what it is that I've been around them for the last 3 years. Also, that's my industry way into I got into the game with Grammy Award winners.
Oh wow, yeah.
So my first industry connect was Malik Yusuf, who wrote Sandcastles for Beyonce and produced it.
Okay.
He got 6 of those.
Nice.
He's the reason who Kanye is on where he's at.
Yeah.
So that's my big brother.
Kanye won't say that.
Kanye will say that. You see him all
Hopefully
over. You see him all over the credits. He got his Grammys. He got everything.
Yeah.
I think I don't know how to explain it. It's just where I'm at. I'm not supposed to be, and I feel that, and I know that. And I'm trying to be responsible with it. But in the same breath, it's hard for me to really understand where I'm at because I don't know where I'm at. I know what I do on a regular daily basis, and I live my life like that. And that's the same agenda. Like I was going back to saying is, if you transfer those relationships with the business and the public relationships, keep it business, you win. Now it just so happens that Wyclef liked me enough to where he messes with me the way he does. Vic, same way. Malik Yusuf, the same way. I came into the industry because I'm a gangster. That's how most of these people know me. I'm a Haitian blood. You get what I'm saying? My OG is still alive. That's T. Rogers. I still talk to him. I said I'm the biggest Haitian rapper.
But you don't want
just
the gangsta.
No, let me just finish.
Okay, yeah.
Let me just finish. No, let me finish. No, let me just finish. So that's where I come from. I said I'm one of the biggest Haitians. My mom was one of the first queens of this Zopound shit that ever touched this country. That's where I come from. It was on my birth certificate. And I was just with Wyclef. You understand what I'm saying to you? Being who I am, I'm okay with being a gangster. Being a gangster is not a lifestyle, it's a behavior. You react when you need to react, you treat people with respect, you move accordingly, things like that. That's why I said being a gangster is what got me where I got to. If I was a rude nigga, I walked into Wyclef's house kicking shit over and I said hi to him, I'd be a different set of circumstances. I'd be on TMZ for something else. I'm not with that. That's why I say I got into the industry because I'm a gangster, because I said I was who I was. I'm willing to walk up on somebody by myself, my whole 5'8" stature. I walk up on anybody and tell them who I am. The chances are there's somebody in that phone you got that know exactly who I am, and I'm okay with that. And that's bigger to me than 1 million views, period. And once you set that type of foundation for New England, where it looks like everybody's going outside to go find some dick to suck, opposed to bringing your roots up and come on, let's go. Call your ancestors, do whatever the fuck you gotta do. You from this place, you bought property, your kids go to school here, you earn this shit just as much as anybody else. Go get that, but get it for us though.
Yeah.
Cause everybody can't do that, everybody ain't diplomatic.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers move cause they get scared. I moved cause I had to. And I started from the bottom every time I went somewhere. That's why all of these people respect me and honor me the way that I am. If you notice, I'm the nigga with all of the super celebrities with no jewelry.
True, cause.
Mind you, I own a jewelry store downtown Boston.
Oh wow.
And a barbershop in Milford, Massachusetts.
And if you don't know, now you know.
You get what I'm saying? I'm a homeowner. You get what I'm trying to say? I'm trying to teach these kids that translation into real life. When I go to Wyclef's house, he's not worried about me stealing because I'm not that type of nigga. I own some shit. I'm not here looking for the next situation. Niggas want to rap about being big this, big that, kingpin, brick here, brick there, whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. That's cool. But that's the same nigga that say if he had 10 bands right now, life would be different.
Yeah.
A brick will get you more than 10 bands, my man, so what's wrong? So you lying to people. Your life ain't set up because you still trying to rap for the next nigga opposed to being a boss and coming around these niggas and they respect you as a boss. That's what I did. I didn't come in on some, let me rap for you, sign me. I came from like, yo, listen, how I built my own Rock Nation. Help me do that.
Yeah, you want to be doing the business side of things. And yeah, you're a rapper, that's your talent, that's your thing. But at the end of the day, you also want that investments, the people
First off, I'm a man.
Yeah.
I'm a man, yo. We already went through slavery. I'm not gonna be sitting here rapping for some niggas because he gonna pay me some crumbs, take my money off the back end, and I'm stuck with debt. Fuck all that. I ain't go to college. I went to prison. I got indicted. I beat murders. I beat gun charges. I beat the feds. I lived. I survived. My mother's still here. My grandmother just passed away at 101 years old.
Wow.
I'm trying to make it to 102. I've been on TMZ. I did Sway in the Morning, XXL. This is nothing. Those are the things and those are the accolades that people hold on to. They showcase it to you to make you feel like this is what it's all about.
Like your resume is this, but your resume is like
my resume go further than all of that. At the end of the day, it's not what I'm trying to show you. You need help with your credit, let's go get that, because it's not that hard. It's 2 signatures in a letter. You get your exempt letters, get your credit fixed. Look at you, you got an 800. Go get you a fucking loan, go buy a house, go take care of your family. Then come to the studio with no stress. Then let's see how good that music come out.
And it's crazy because it's like you say you're a gangster first, but look at your mentality. It's not a gangster like mentality. I feel like it's more like chestnut checkers. Do you know what I'm saying? You do everything with strategy, not emotions. So that's where you successful is what you are. You know what I mean?
It's like a maze.
It is a maze. We're inside the maze. You see? Hey, life is inside the maze. You already know.
And it take a motherfucker to fly a drone out that bitch and see where we going. You get what I'm saying? That's me. I just want New England on in a certain way, a certain light. There's certain artists that's out here, they doing their thing, but they doing their thing for them. Who's repping for us to where they really understand they want to come into the inner city to see what the shit is really going on. They gentrified us. I want to ungentrify us to give everybody's pain. I want to pay everybody for their pain. I want our own reparations. New England deserves that.
And it's crazy from somebody that's, you know, like you said, you're not originally from here, but you're in New England trying to put New England out there without having to be like, oh, I'm from Boston, New York, when I had to come here. No, like you're literally repping New England like if you was born and raised in New England, like actually people that are born and raised here and not have that mentality. Because it's like, you know what I mean? Like I feel like you are a jack of all trades in a way. You're doing music, you're doing fashion, you're everything. You know what I mean? So it's dope. Plus, especially, I said, you have that gangster, I'm a gangster first. You can't, that's how people met you. But look at you. You're like this smart ass dude that has so much to give and so much to provide that it's crazy.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, definitely. It's dope.
That's the crazy thing about me and Chubb. Like years ago, I wouldn't have been able to talk to him like that. You know why I couldn't talk to him? Because at that point in my life, I ain't had nothing to offer that nigga.
Now you do.
But that's childish mentality. You ain't got nothing to offer, so you act up and then you hope you get the attention. It don't work that way. And I think that's the reason why certain relationships haven't worked back then, but they work now. Because the way I'm approaching certain shit. I'm not really...
And I think the older you get, and with everything that you go through, you grow. Some people say that you're like, dude, you're never gonna grow up. But then you, with life and trials and tribulations and everything that happens, you grow up and you're like, this ain't it. Like, you know what I mean?
And you know what, another thing is like being a spoiled type of child. See, when you like, I used to be told when I was younger, like I'm too smart for my own good. So like when I want something, I go get it, right? So it got to the point and I had like a really long phase of my life. I think it was like 3 years of my life that my energy was so low that I couldn't manifest a goddamn thing. I couldn't be happy for a goddamn thing. I couldn't get a goddamn thing. And I lost it all. And those was when the average person would try to ruin their relationships. What I did was I just shut everything down. I disappeared and I got myself right. Got myself back together. Because when you're spoiled, I used to be on, the first time I was ever on the radio out here was 2009. That's when On and On, God rest his soul. DJ On and On was it. That's before, getting on the launch pad was like, you had to know somebody. And I was on there back then. So when the new DJs came in and I just beat the feds, after Hustle Simmons left, I started feeling some type of way. I started feeling slighted towards these other DJs. I'm like, yo, how I could go to jail and the whole radio is all about me. I got the #2 song on the jamming, whatever, whoop-de-whoop. Then y'all new niggas come in and I can't get no burn. But I got messages from you niggas telling me that y'all got me after one of my brothers died, but that's a little bit deeper. It just showed, it was just like, you know what? It just wasn't your time. Right now it's chaotic. Your life is already chaotic. Split apart, go do what you gotta do. Let that be what it gotta be. Fast forward now, 2020, I just seen, and now DJ Chubby Chub runs the launch pad and now we linked up. God do what he gotta do. Sometimes you just don't ever know how it's gonna come from.
No, and then and like I say it all the time, like it's also don't burn your bridges. At the end of the day, people be like, they'll probably be like, Bebas Bartalk, that's nothing. You never freaking know.
Yeah, and then you turn around and then Chubby Chubby said, now y'all mad, and now y'all want interviews. Like that's so corny. Like
that's Cortez Bodega here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, come on now, you can never. It's like when people belittle you or make you look like you're not, no, like, cause you never know, like, this could be the the start of like, yo,
Everything
he was
up.
on that show, he was on,
It's over,
you know
yeah.
what I mean? So it's like, as soon as they hit me up, it's funny because when you posted it on Facebook, one of my peoples tagged me. And then Anthony from City Team, thank you, City Team, you know, it's like, it's not who you know, you know what I mean? So it's like, it's not what you know, it's who you know. And it's basically hit me up and we're like, oh shoot, let me hit, you know, and I'm like, I'm down for everybody. Like, I don't care who it is, as long as you want to be part of the show. But it's dope because it's like you're putting yourself out there. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? You're opening up to probably people that didn't know certain things about you. Didn't know that you grew up, you know what I mean? You was born in the system, all that. So it's like you never know. I always say, don't burn your bridges unless you don't care because you know how to swim. And then you're gonna be, you know what I mean? That's how I say. Some people are like, I don't care, I know how to swim. All right, so swim. But remember, at the end of the day, but yeah, so you got the free niggas hat on. That's what, you know,
those are my
people,
brothers.
Yes, so
that's gang. I've been, and that's the crazy thing about them is those are the first. That's the first hood in Boston that showed me love like that. 2007, when I moved out here after I beat my murder charges, I used to rap with some of the kids from Ridgewood, and it used to be called Bean Dream Productions, because I used to live in Framingham. Mm-hmm. And I used to be out here all the time rapping with them, going to the store. I used to go to Yo Mo's and all that. So Miss Sheik, that's like my family member. Like,
it's cool because he came here. We got Lord Jew as a bartender. He's like, yo, he already started. And then Chubby Chubbs is like, he's here. And I'm like, oh, okay, so he's in his comfort zone. He's in his
I know
element.
everybody.
He's good.
It's everybody know me as Ricky Greg. When I told you, I was like, yeah, I'm Ricky Greg. He's like, oh, you look down. I was like, yeah, niggas, I stopped going to jail, bro.
I stopped going to jail. I've been doing good. You know,
I've been all right, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? So I was like, that's that. So now, like, the whole I don't know. What was you just talking about again? I'm sorry.
We was just saying no free niggas. We was
that's my guys. I known them forever. Like, and it's weird just to watch them all. Like, you know, one thing I say about right now is this. And this ain't. I don't pick sides. I don't switch sides. I'm who I am. There's no attempts. That's it. But what I notice is this. There's I could sit here and say there's a few groups out here together, like as in unison, that's just moving. But one thing a lot of them groups have in common is we all just came home in the last 2 years. The climate done changed around this motherfucker. You get me? That's why you can walk around with a hat that says free niggas. That's a real thing, that's a real sentiment. That's why you got niggas like myself coming up with labels called No Attempts.
What is No Attempts?
No Attempts.
I've heard your little story, but I want you to put it out there.
All right, No Attempts started when I was incarcerated in 2018. Every morning I used to get on the jail phone, sit on the phone with my feet on the window and sit on the phone for like 3 hours. Cause I'm a fucking convict and I don't know no better. So every morning though, there'd be two hawks that stand on a perch. Every morning. I called my wife, I says, yo, can you Google what the spiritual meaning of that means? And she says it means it's time for you to take leadership of anything that you got going on. My career, I always gave it to the hands of somebody else. I gave it into the hands of, oh, I gotta get a deal, then I get on. Mind you, I'm buying my mom a house at 19 years old, and I already got the money. Don't know where to spend it, but I got the bread already. I've already lived this life. I grew up around drug dealing. That's what it was. My aunt, my family, like, you go to a cookout, there's nice cars. They came out here from a third world country, they all became nurses. They figured this shit out, whatever way they gotta figure it out. So it came to a point in the age where I had to realize what money was, and the way that I was getting it, added to the way I grew up, added to the resentment of how I grew up and how fast life changed and went back and changed and went back. I got used to that, so I had to consistently adapt to something. So I had to find a middle ground in between I can lose and I can have it all, to where I can keep everything and make everything work. And I just started reading, go to jail, figure these things out, figure out LLCs, businesses. The first No Attempts contract, I wrote it in jail. I got it notarized in jail.
Oh, wow.
With my partner, who his family's been in the jewelry business since 1947. And in that same contract, I signed off for half of his jewelry company. And we notarized it and signed it in jail. That was the first start of No Attempts. My partner's 12 years older than me. Then my other partner, he's 15 years older than me. Then my other partner who just passed away, he was 5 years older than me. I'm the youngest of all of this shit. Anybody younger than me is because I put them on and they're artists. That's how I started this. Legally, LLC'd up, business accounts, everything.
While in jail.
All of that, like, you know what I'm saying?
So if you
no, I didn't
there's
LLC.
no excuses to do no attempts. Like, basically.
There's no attempt made.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying? And not for nothing, I come from a generation of like, if you look at what it is, we the generation of the killers. Like, there's no attempts over here. Niggas is killing people. That's what we doing. So my thing is, if I got a bunch of these kids right here and they're telling you and they're willing to promise you, we'll stay the fuck out the neighborhood and stop shooting and killing people. We want to do music and change our families' lives and change the narrative. Open the door and let us through, because if not, it's gonna go back to that and it's not fair to them and the neighborhood. There's something that has to happen. It's something that has to change, and it needs to change now. The reason why people are killing each other is because they broke. You give a rich nigga some money, you gonna kill who you hate, I guess, I mean, whatever, but for the grand scheme of things, these kids really don't even know who they beefing with.
A lot of people just beef because the OGs have beef with them, so they grow up having the same beef with the same. It was like, you don't have to have beef with them. That's 80s, the 80s babies and the 90s, you know what I mean? Having that, exactly. That's not my problem. That's not my business. Not my monkey. Not my circus. You know what I mean? So I feel like, yes, kids are growing up now because they grew up in this hood. When they already have beef with another hood, that's not the mentality. It shouldn't be the mentality.
And it's in
but
the
they
age.
Don't have a mentor or people to be like, nah, that's not how it goes.
Because they was all locked up.
Yeah, but you could come now.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. We all here now, and that's the thing. Like, that's
exactly.
What. Yo, look at what the shooters. Look, my dogs did. When 80 chilling, all them, they was out there. They had the kids bash. It was at the park. They had everything for the kids. They did all of that. From the same neighborhood they got tore down. Shout out to Sashi Capo, free KT, free Wajid. Like, it's like these kids are in front of you, letting you know. They're like crying for help in a different way than we used to.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Than we used to. We cry. Yo, look at what we're doing. We're trying to help. We're trying to change things. Stop pitting us over there and let us build and do what the fuck we got. Let us move around this city. Let us do what we gotta do. Make it, do your job to the point where it's so safe that this block, that block, we here tonight, there's no guns needed. Yeah, nobody even feel, not even that no gun is there, but nobody feels like they even need one. Change this shit, cause it could be changed, period. A lot of these niggas don't even wanna be here. A lot of these niggas ain't never left their goddamn block. They don't even know They don't even know what blue water look like. That's not even a real thing to them.
And it's sad to say, because it's true, a lot of guys out here, they've never been, not even outside of the Boston. I've known guys that have never even been to Revere. They've never been to Lawrence. They've never been to Lowell. They've never been out there because they don't leave their hood. They don't leave their block. And then it's like, have you ever traveled? Have you ever gone to Puerto Rico? Have you gone to here? Have you gone
And that's the mentality right there. So when they see somebody doing something outside of that,
they hate.
Two things happen.
I feel like they hate.
It goes back to that childlike mentality. You're gonna throw a tantrum. So two things happen. You're gonna get upset or you're gonna get jealous.
Jealous, yeah.
Jealousy will carry you over. You see what happened to Selena? That's all it takes sometimes. It's not much. It doesn't take much for somebody to die.
Look at Pop. Pop Smoke.
And not for nothing.
He's another one.
Yeah, but Pop Smoke was a different set of circumstances. Not my circumstances to talk about, so I won't. Anybody in this room, if anybody got kids, family, you play with the right family member. For anybody in here, somebody gotta go. It's not even a conversation. You could be a full civilian. Look at The Punisher, the movie The Punisher. That nigga was a civilian, regular job, right? They killed his wife and his kid in front of him. What do you think is gonna happen to them?
Of course.
So it's like, take that dynamic out, give people some bread, somewhere to go, and let them deal with their trauma a different way. Let them deal with their trauma opposed to having somebody else deal with it for them, and now it's further removed than they could ever find again. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to talk to the kids in DYS and all that.
Oh, so you trying to be a mentor too?
I'm trying to really be I'm trying to change lives. Like, that rap shit is cool for the appeal, but I really want to help and change people's lives, like in real life, because they listen to me. I'm not talking
especially like it's not like you're somebody that grew up in and now you actually lived through it. You actually dealt with it, so you're trying to make sure kids are not going through the same road that you went through.
Not even that, but even if they are going through it, to let them know that because of what your life was set up like before you were here, it's not your fault. but you're gonna have to fight this fight for somebody else, because somebody else was a coward and left this burden on you. So that makes you double strong. Once you come out of there, you become double strong, and you can look back and be like, yo, you know what? That's a fact, nigga. I wasn't supposed to deal with the fact that my mom was an addict. I wasn't supposed to deal with the fact that my father's dead. I'm not supposed to deal with the fact that I was abused. I'm not supposed to deal with the fact that I was raped. I wasn't supposed to deal with the fact that I wasn't pretty enough because nobody said it to me. None of that shit. Those are not even your sentiments, your thoughts, and nothing.
Yeah.
Those got put into you. Those are things that you got found in your email and you downloaded.
Yeah.
Just because they was in your email, because nobody else was hitting you up with anything else. So when you have that type of data in your hard drive, it's hard to uninstall
delete it
something that you don't even know how to find it within your hard drive. That's your subconscious mind. We have to change the subconscious in order to change the conscious, so that we could wake the fuck up, because we still sleep. I still sleep, because any minute somebody say something wrong, I'll be ready to go for it.
Yeah, because it's a learning process, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, I feel like you are who you are because you want to change. Because if you wanted, you could have still stayed with that mentality or that gangster mentality and all that.
Not even, because I wanted to die too, and I'm still here.
Yeah.
I didn't try to kill myself. It's just that I trusted and believed something outside of myself when I couldn't trust me. And we know what that is.
Yeah.
That higher power is everything.
Yeah, because
I don't
if you
care
don't
what
have
it is.
faith, if you don't have the belief in the higher power, if you don't have that like you said, you had to call your wife to find what's the spiritual meaning. I have it's funny because all week I've been getting, like, every single time I check my phone, it says 444, 111, 323, and all that. And it's like there's a message being sent out there, and if you're not paying attention to it, you're just oblivious. Because if you would have been another one that's like, oh damn, those hawks are always there all the time, but you didn't care for it. But you had to find out, what is the meaning? Why do I keep seeing those two hawks in front of my window every single time I'm on the phone? Do you know what I mean? So it's basically a message that's God sending out, like, this is not it. Like, this is not the ending of you. This is you literally, there's a hope. And if you don't live by hope and faith, you have nothing to live by.
I tell you what, right? People have expectations of life, right? And I have an expectation of death. And my expectation of my death is I'm gonna go to sleep one night, and that's just what it is gonna be. I don't want no pain. I don't want to get shot. I want an open casket. I want to die so old I look like Morgan Freeman, nigga.
He said 102, we'll say 103.
You feel me? Like, that's my expectations for death. We have expectations of things. We set expectations for things that can change and we can control. We don't set expectations for things we don't know nothing of what's gonna happen. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, nobody could put a blindfold on right now, do 3 circles and get the fuck up out of here. You gonna panic off the dribble. So for that one motherfucker that might know the layout of the room while y'all eyes was open, follow that nigga for that time, because he know where he going. It's okay, because then you're gonna be able to lead the next step, read the next ladder. You're gonna be able to give somebody 10 fingers. Lift them up. They gonna go up there like, yo, I just found something else. Oh, yo, but you know what? If you add this to, nigga, come on, let me go up there with you. Because you beneficial. You get what I'm saying to you? Don't be the nigga sitting on the side of the road. All you want to do is eat all the food. Now you too heavy to pick up because we got fucking 10 feet to go up. You wasn't being considerate of the cause.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? You wasn't willing to sacrifice. You wasn't willing to put yourself aside for the next person to go. And that next person going be really the reason why you go. It happened to DMX. He watched the Locks get blown up when he put them on. And he was discouraged. And he got on them. When he got on, he did 2 albums that year and was the biggest artist you ever seen. The Locks has never been able to surpass DMX. And at a point, DMX felt like it was over for him. And they surpassed him. You never know. You never ever know. And look at them
DMX.
now. And it's always like that.
Yeah.
And that's how you figure it out. Like, my thing is, like, we grew up on timelessness. Timelessness. Be here forever, not for right now. That phase shit go out. It's a phase, you know? It's a phase.
So we got the 25th, Nino Lips comes out.
And No Attempts comes out.
No Attempts comes out.
The anthem and the single.
Anthem and the single. What else is what else are you have City Team, obviously the apparel coming out.
The City Team collection dropping in the Natick Mall at Laced. That's coming. I got a.
When is it? When is that dropping? You don't know. You haven't. It's we'll 2 days. Stay tuned.
You'll see. I'll invite you to the photo shoot and all that, so you can get the inside.
Okay.
You can get the interview with everybody.
Okay.
Whatever. We have that. I got the No Attempts TV network.
Okay.
We're working in the beta testing, so you'll be able to download it on Roku. We're playing No Attempts TV all 24/7. I got the app coming, noattempts.com already bought. I have a couple other businesses. I got a couple new businesses. I just opened up No Attempts Armed Security and Transport, so that team travels safely with firearms.
So No Attempts is literally like
it's a corporation.
It's a corporation. Whatever No Attempts, you already know it's him. Whatever security, clothing, jewelry, everything. So you already know anything No Attempts.
We got the No Attempts weed strand coming through. Shout out to my brother. Shout out to my brother Big Nate.
You need to hook me up on that.
Oh yeah, that's a fact. That's nothing. We're gonna put you on consignment.
You know, put me on.
We gonna put you on. Nah, that's a fact. Cause I could put you on with Big Nate. That's you know what I'm saying? Like it's just linked up. Everything out here is together. We just putting everything together. If there's a brand, if there's something, that's another thing. If there's a brand, label, local, anything, if you got t-shirts, whatever, woo-de-woo, I'm offering free. I'll wear your shit and do photo shoot, high quality photo shoots, everybody's shit. If it come out of here, I want all of it. I need it all. I already contacted Primo. I already talked to Frank Nino out there in Springfield. We're making moves.
Springfield, shout out to Springfield.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm literally just trying to cultivate and bring this shit up to the point where we got 6 states, put it like this. We got 6 states out here. 6 rich states, mind you, and an island. 2 of them, Nantucket and Martha's Vineyard. 6 states, 14 million people. How the fuck an artist hasn't been able to go platinum without leaving New England? I should be able to make $1 million on tour just going to these 6 states. Because nobody's been able to do it, nobody cares. Nobody's diplomatic enough to have enough white people and enough black people to get everybody to get along. There's a certain thing that it takes, there's a certain grain of an individual, somebody walk into somewhere and be fearless to where you can go to the gangsterest and gangster neighborhoods and they're gonna respect you. I went out to Chicago, I had 200 rounds and I could speak like this because people gotta learn that you have a right to carry your firearms. I'm a felon, that's cool, but my whole team is ex-military. They was fighting for this country. They got 50, 60 bodies apiece for this country. They could walk around this motherfucker as many guns as they want. That's their business. They just No Attempts. You can't do nothing about that. You get what I'm saying? Now it changes the dynamics of certain shit. Now it's like, oh, Beba, I'm in the studio with this person. Come get your interview. That's it. It doesn't take, I'm in, come through. Like, what do you mean? This is for the region. If it's not everything muscling and bustling, nigga, we should have a celebrity nigga out here, bro, and he can't even go to sleep because there's so much shit for him to do before he leaves.
Well, that's the problem. Some of them are celebrities, but don't want to call people like, yo, I got.
No, they're not celebrities.
They're not celebrities.
They're not celebrities. They dick riders.
Thank you.
They don't have personal relationships. They taking pictures. They sucking dick. They sipping out of bottles with niggas. They eating penis. They snitching. They doing all that weird shit. I don't do none of that, bro. I can meet a beautiful woman every day, my nigga. I don't care. What do you have to offer to the world? Not me, the world. Let's put that shit together and plant this seed and let that shit grow. Cause you could die tomorrow and you got kids and I'd have been a nigga that probably the last nigga your kids seen and they think that I owe them something. I ain't got nothing for that. That's not my problem. You don't never know who you gonna meet in what capacity. I met niggas for 30 minutes and watched them die. That shit hurt. Cause I wanna take care of their kids and I don't even know who their kids is. You know what I'm saying? You ever watch a stranger get shot in the face? The first thing you think like, damn, who's his family, dog? You get what I'm saying? So imagine if you had met that nigga and showed that he had niggas with him. If you just walked up on him and just embraced him, like, yo, what's up, bro? That nigga that was about to kill him would have thought twice. People don't think about that, but that's why I live. I live in that realm. This industry shit ain't about nothing. You might not never see me with 1 million views, but I know I got $1 million. I'm straight with that.
Okay.
And
no, because it's not the views, it's whatever's in the bank account. Because you could have the 10,000 views and $2 in your bank account. That don't make sense. You know what I mean? You can post a picture, like females will post a picture of the asses, get like 300 likes. What's in your bank account? What's your resume? What's this? No, it's yeah. So it's like
you work at the dollar store, bitch. You had the OnlyFans. This shit ain't booming.
I know in the beginning, because now OnlyFans is like being it's like who was it that I posted about? The Boozy said something about you started your OnlyFans, it was booming, but look at you now, it's like being a rapper, right?
Yeah, like, local rapper. Yeah, I seen that shit today actually. Yeah.
It's like being a rapper right now. You know how it feels. So
and this just goes to how you treat people. Like even with Lord Jew, like I seen her.
Lord Jew, shout out to her.
Like when I met her, right? I met her at the studio, and I was like, I do like 12-hour, 16-hour sessions every time because my sessions are like, I got like mad people. I do sessions for all of us. So they was in my session. I was just like, yo, come on, man. And I walked in and I was like kind of rude or whatever. So I said it to her out there. I was like, yo, you're this person. Like, yeah, she's like, how come I never met you? I was like, whatever, it doesn't matter. You never know everybody, you know what I'm saying? So I'm talking to her and stuff like that. But like, even with that, like, you'll never know what, who, or what the fuck that person's doing on a daily basis. That shit look good. But if you really look at them likes and look at them followers, who could walk where they say they could walk? Because if you think about it, promoters' number one issue wasn't being a promoter, it was the artist lying about how big they was. These niggas ain't coming to no, I come to a show, I swear to God on my daughter's eyes, I'm pulling up 100 niggas wherever I go. It doesn't really matter. Cause I have that type of support. Yo, you guys are cause we have a group, gang got group chat. Yo, what we doing tonight? We all going out, so everybody come out. Niggas be lying about who they got don't got nobody. They go to these shows, they expect $2,000, they came with 2 people. Then you gotta sit in this fucking corner table, nigga. These niggas is buying bottles and they don't even rap, nigga. No, tighten up.
Or the ones that say they're gonna open up for a major artist, right? The major artist doesn't come. Some people, because I have my people's, he was supposed to open up. There was another artist that was supposed to open up. Because the major artist didn't come, my people still performed. He's like, I'm here, I don't care if there's 5 people, 6 people.
Yeah, that's
the
dope.
other person didn't even try to perform. And be on some on some, and it's like,
and you
really,
know what's the crazy thing about that?
It's like corny because it's like you still have, there's people that still came to
could
see you, but because the big performer didn't come out, oh, I'm just gonna show face and leave. Like, that's corny.
But the thing about it was, what makes it worse than that is that you just showed all of these people what you're willing to do with their money.
Yeah, basically.
You're spending money, you spend money on your outfit, you going out there. Respect the fact that I took the time to come and see or be here. At least, if that nigga's not gonna be, that's the perfect opportunity to become the headline.
Yeah.
Get up on that stage and fuck it up for everybody who didn't get this nigga. Now they don't like him and you got his buzz.
And it's literally what happened. Shout out to Priv because he was supposed to open up for Tory Lanez when he was in May of last year and Tory never came. And he still performed, he still did his thing.
And he probably got mad love for that.
And he did get mad love for it because at the end of the day, I actually came to actually support my peoples instead of Tory Lanez already got the buzz, even though his buzz is already done. But I'm saying, he already got the buzz, he already got the money, he already got the fame. I'm supporting my peoples that are from out here. But there's the other artist that was supposed to open, he didn't even, he's like, I'm not even trying to open because Tory Lanez not there. So it's like, damn, that's corny of you because at the end of the day, people are trying to support local.
And my thing is, if you wanted Tory Lanez out there so bad, you should have brought that nigga since you so big, you weirdo.
Thank you.
Don't make no
Thank
sense.
you.
Stop, like, it just, the shit in real life, to this shit ain't making sense. And I'm trying to stop that shit. There's a real life in this and then there's a fake life. Those two don't go together. Real. Then I could go live my life, put me in a casket, and I'll be happy with the way I know I live my life. At the end of the day, I'm not worried about fame. Fame is the most dangerous drug you can find.
So do you care to get signed or you don't care to get signed?
I signed myself.
Well, no, I'm saying, but you know how people like, oh, if you get, other labels.
I signed myself.
So see?
Only deal I'll take is I'll take a distribution deal for the whole label. I'll take like a cool 10 million, 100 million cash money type of deal, distribution for the whole label, for the whole region. And even the niggas I don't like, if their music is good, I'll get them niggas bread to get on it, just get in the industry. Just so New England had a chance. I'd rather see us beefing on the Billboard charts than beefing in these streets.
In the streets, exactly. Let's beef in the billboards and not beef in the streets. How about that?
Yeah, and it don't take much to get on the Billboard, so I know the amount of money it take to do so. Niggas that turn around and see they song on Billboard don't even know how they got on there. Tell KADO thank you.
Thank you, KADO.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm willing to share all my, that's another thing. I don't wait for something. I ain't waiting for nothing. Cause somebody might be able to finagle my plan better than I could right now. Why would I wait for that? We die every day. I got shot 3 times at 14 years old, man. I'm not supposed to be here, born dead.
So there's a reason why you're here.
All of this shit don't mean nothing. Like, this don't mean a goddamn thing. So do as much as you can with this motherfucker while you got it. Cause when you done, my nigga, all you can do is guide your people. Cause everybody don't listen. We don't listen to our guts. We don't listen to our spirits. So if you know that, imagine you not being able to guide your kid because you did some dumb shit. And you died early and shit, and you can't protect that child the same way you wouldn't have been able to protect the child when you was here. So think about how much control you really have. So all you can do in the meantime, because two things happen. Life happens and death happens. In between that, treat people good. That's it. Because if you think about it, those are the two definite things in life, right? Yep. Those are the two best people in the world. Kids and Huelos and all that. That's the best of the best. Everybody in the middle, we suck. Yeah. We still trying to figure it out. They know everything, they know everything.
Everybody loves the baby.
That's life, that's death. Everything in the middle, it's a dub. Like it's a dub. And it's okay to be that. But like, be honest with your process. Don't walk around here because we know you. We know you, dog. Like, we going through some shit that you going through that you don't think we going through because you got this social media. You got a way to put a veil up to show us something different. I'd be goddamned if I went and married a bitch, right? And they had a veil of what she's supposed to look like, and I flipped it up and she looked like you. It'd be over with. You feel me? Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
You gotta meet a female without the filter. That's literally, you gotta meet people without their
filter. Yeah.
No filters, no excuses. You know what I mean? No attempts. Hello, you know. September 25th, Nino Lips, no attempts. Where can they find you, baby?
100 round KADO at everywhere.
Gmail.
100 round KADO at everywhere.
Instagram, Gmail. Look at me. Even Gmail. You probably got a Gmail.
Gmail. 100 round KADO at Gmail, you know. Noattempts.com, you know. But it's gonna be really easy to find me sooner than later. We changing the dynamics of what this is.
A whole fucking cinematographic movie with.
we got the new Death Row and Rockefeller Nation out here right now. This is different. This CEO shit. This ain't rapper shit.
No. And I think that's what is the mentality now. It's more CEO than rapper.
It has to be. You have to have ownership. You gotta own some shit. If you don't own your nuts, how you gonna take a piss?
You know, I like that. If you don't own your nuts, how you gonna take a piss? How about that? Thank you for being part of Bebas Bartalk.
Yeah, this is the dopest.
It was amazing.
This was the best.
Dope vibes. You know, it's like Scarface says, all I got my balls and my words. And
that's
I don't break them for nobody.
That's it. Shout out to Bebas Bartalks, man. This was amazing. This is dope.
Thank you.
September 25th, No Attempts to Single and Video. Nino's Lips featuring Vic Mensa, single and video. Just pay attention to the next biggest thing that ever happened in New England and the world.
No Attempts City
CEO
team coming
shit.
through. You already know that.
Oh yeah, you know that City team. You know, shout out to my shooters. And that's that what it is.
You know
Free niggas and all that. You know that. 100 rounds.
You know.
Always.